Some stories feel like they are etched into our collective memory. They are more than just headlines. They become a part of the cultural conversation. The story of Erik Menendez is one of those. It began in a sprawling Beverly Hills mansion. Looked like a palace from the outside, but inside, a gilded cage. It was home to Jose Menendez, a powerful entertainment executive, and his wife, Kitty. They had 2 sons, Lyle, Erik. To the world, the perfect family, wealth, success, good looks. They had everything anyone could ever want. But appearances can be deceiving, a tragic lesson. The summer of 1989 was coming to a close. On a quiet Sunday night in August, that perfect image was shattered forever. To understand what happened, you have to go back. You have to look at the life Erik Menendez lived long before that fateful night. His father, Jose, was a Cuban immigrant who had achieved the American dream. He was driven, he was ambitious, he was incredibly demanding. He had pulled himself up by his bootstraps. He expected nothing less than perfection from his sons. The pressure was immense. It was a constant weight on Erik's shoulders. He was pushed to excel in everything: school, sports. Tennis was a particular focus. Jose saw it as a path to greatness, a way to forge his sons into champions. But this drive for success came at a very high cost. The evening of August 20th, 1989, started like many others in the Menendez household. Jose and Kitty were relaxing in the family's TV room. They were watching a movie eating ice cream berries. It was a scene of domestic tranquility, a quiet Sunday night. Outside, the exclusive neighborhood of Beverly Hills was peaceful. No one could have known that this peace was about to be shattered in the most violent way possible. Erik Lyle, then 18 and 21, returned to the house. They had purchased 2 12-gauge shotguns just days before. They entered the TV room, and the violence began. It was swift and brutal. Jose was shot first, at point-blank range. Kitty, awakened by the noise, tried to run. She was shot as well. The attack was an act of extreme overkill. In the days and weeks following the murders, Erik and Lyle Menendez played the part of grieving sons. They appeared distraught. They leaned on friends and family for support. Behind this mask of sorrow, their behavior became increasingly suspicious. They began to spend their parents' vast fortune with abandon. It was a lavish spending spree that raised eyebrows. Luxury cars, Rolex watches, expensive clothes. Lyle bought a restaurant. This extravagant spending was the first major red flag for investigators. The police explored a mafia hit or a business deal gone wrong. The real breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Erik struggled with immense guilt. He confessed during a therapy session with psychologist Dr. L. Jerome Oziel. Dr. Oziel's mistress, Judalon Smith, overheard sessions and felt threatened by the brothers. She went to the police. The therapist's tapes became crucial evidence. In March 1990, about 7 months after the murders, Lyle and Erik Menendez were arrested. The first Menendez trial began in 1993. It was broadcast live on Court TV. Suddenly, the entire nation had a front-row seat to this real-life courtroom drama. The prosecution presented a simple and powerful motive: greed. They argued Erik and Lyle were spoiled, impatient young men who couldn't wait to get their hands on their father's $14 million estate. Their lawyer, Leslie Abramson, argued this was not about money at all. She said it was about survival. Erik and Lyle took the stand and gave emotional, detailed testimony. They described a lifetime of psychological torment, sexual abuse by their father, and neglect by their mother. They said they killed their parents in a state of fear, believing their parents were about to kill them to silence them. This turned the trial on its head. The public was deeply divided. Some saw the brothers as manipulative liars, using a fabricated story of abuse to escape responsibility. Others believed the brothers. Their testimony was compelling. The first trial ended in a deadlock. 2 separate juries, one for each brother, could not reach a unanimous verdict. For the second trial, the rules were different. The judge was much stricter. In 1996, a single jury found both brothers guilty of first-degree murder, and they were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. For decades, the Menendez brothers have been serving their life sentences in separate California prisons. For most of that time, they were just a memory of a famous 90s court case. But in recent years, their story has found a new audience, a new generation. On social media platforms like TikTok, many younger people, viewing the trial through today's lens of trauma and abuse, became vocal supporters. In May 2024, that momentum led to a formal hearing. Erik Menendez, now 53, had a resentencing petition considered. His lawyers presented a new argument in court. They cited a newly discovered letter Erik wrote to a cousin the year before the killings. They also pointed to new evidence alleging Jose Menendez molested a member of a boy band he once managed. Supporters hoped this, plus changing public views, would persuade the court to grant parole. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office stood firm. In August 2024, the court denied Erik Menendez's petition for a new hearing. For Erik and his supporters, it was devastating. So why, after all these years, does this story still have such a powerful hold on us? It's because it touches on so many things that we struggle to understand. It's about family, wealth, dark secrets that can hide behind a perfect facade. The Menendez case forced America to have a difficult conversation. Could loving parents be monsters behind closed doors? Could privileged sons be victims? The trial was a clash of two powerful narratives. The story of greed, the story of abuse. And because we never got a definitive answer that satisfied everyone, we are left to wonder. The ambiguity is part of what makes it so enduring. The case also marked a turning point in how we consume media and justice. It was one of the first major trials to be televised from start to finish. Our understanding of childhood trauma and its long-term effects has evolved significantly since the 1990s. The story continues to resonate because it forces us to look at the uncomfortable truths about family, justice, and the secrets we keep. And it serves as a powerful reminder that what we see on the surface is rarely the whole story.